I get asked this all the time. So why the vision boards don't work? And maybe they worked for you years ago. But I've seen this, and the spirit told me this for a while, and I was explaining this to the clients. So here's time to put it out onto the world, into the YouTube, so everyone can hear it. So for a long time, putting images is not enough. Desire could not move things. Hope could bypass reality. So you could put a picture of yourself, a version of yourself in the future, and feeling inspired for the moment. And that was considered back then manifestation. It's not anymore. Not 2026. It's not. So we're no longer creating from desire. We are creating from identity. And identity doesn't move from images. It moves from what your body believes is safe and truth, and what it believes it's normal. So that's the part most people never want to update because they're scared and they don't know how to update at that part. So I want you to know this. So you look at that image and you admire it and you're waiting for her to come, and reality doesn't respond to observation anymore. It responds to embodiment. So to who you are when no one is watching, to what you believe when evidence is missing, to the version of you that shows up under pressure. And this is a hard one, yeah? So that's the manifesting right now. So if you had the same vision board for years, and it's not because the vision is wrong, absolutely it's not. It's because your identity hasn't shifted. And identity doesn't change through motivation. It changes through self-trust, through nervous system capacity, through internal authority. So the vision doesn't create the woman. Remember that? The woman creates the vision. And I said woman because majority of my clients are female. So if you're male, please understand this. So instead of just looking at the images, you need to change your identity. And identity changing, we call it recalibration. Yeah? And that's where the real work is, in calibration of your identity. So I want to say this to you is this: identity first and everything else follows. This is the work beneath that manifestation, beneath that vision board. So it's time for your system, internal system, to be upgraded, evolved. You can use the word stretched, but I like the word recalibration. And that's where your vision board, or whatever you put for your desire to be, is possible to come to fruition. And if it's not coming, sometimes it's due to alignment too. So sometimes we get upset. It's like we want to have it now. We ask the questions: how, who, become, what are you desiring to be? And I will say this. Let's go say, if it's wealth, success, having a partner that is peaceful, loving, soulmate, well, you need to become that version of you. You need to become the version of you. Who is that? What are you desiring to have in your life? So imagine this: you want to have a wealth. Imagine yourself in that wealth. And imagine, how does that wealthy person thinks, behaves, walks, talks, does. Do they bargain over $2, something costing? I mean, nothing doesn't cost anymore $2, but for the sake of it. Or they're going like, yeah, of course, not a problem. So this is where you need to understand that part too. What you put onto it, how are you feeling in that vision? That's your identity calibration. How are you thinking? How are you walking? And this is where, if your body goes into capacity of screaming, scared, well, that vision doesn't come in because it scares you. Are you judging? Let's go say you're judging parents and you want to become a parent, or you're judging success and money. Oh, they're rich, they're lucky, they're this. Well, how are you going to become, for example, successful and having all of this when you're judging others? This is where it's a truest form of yourself. You have to come, I will say the word clean, in front of the mirror with yourself and say, okay, I want to become that, and I'm going to make a difference. I want to become, I always say this, money in the hands of a good people is a good thing. So don't be afraid of the money, because it gives you the freedom. And of course, money in the hands of a bad people will going to bring the bad things. But let's going to focus on that. Focus on what would you do if it's the money or success you wanted to have. What are you going to do with that? Too. So there is lots of questions in identity to unpack when we are creating the vision boards. Go and enjoy creating a vision boards, and if you need more help with identities, ask questions.